Hi everyone, it's AngelBlade13. Welcome back to my Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix walkthrough. Last time we finished off Land of Dragons. We're gonna stop back in there for a quick thing. Basically, I forgot to switch Donald and Goofy to their new weapons. So, we're doing that, and then we're gonna move on. So, for completing Land of Dragons, we got access to another world. We could go to either of the two. I'm gonna go the intended route and go to this one we saw earlier. You can pick a different gummy ship. We unlocked a few new ones from the mission. And you don't have to watch that short cutscene every time.
This sure is exciting.
And just while we're doing the gummy mission, there's just one thing I want to address that I said in the previous video. So, I said a thing about, why would you, limit yourself to just mashing the X button through the whole game. I really hope that didn't come off as, like, me gatekeeping or anything. At the end of the day, I think the most important thing of any video game is that you're having fun. So, if you're getting through the game and enjoying yourself, then that's what matters the most. But, I guess what I was just getting at is that the game gives you so many, options on how to handle certain encounters. So it's like, magic can be very effective, the drive forms can work well, limits are really useful, and we have one tool later that we haven't unlocked in this playthrough yet, but we'll be getting to it shortly. So, I guess it was more of just saying, like, make use of the tools that they give you, and don't limit yourself so much, you know. But, if you enjoy, play the game through however you enjoy it. So we're all set. Let's see what this new place is, and it is Beast's Castle.
Hey, what is this place?
It's huge!
And sort of gloomy, don't you think?
I wonder who lives here.
Hey, does anybody else recognize that?
Hey, that's the Beast!
Yeah!
Maybe we should check up on him.
Look!
Come on!
So this is another fight that can end from multiple ways. If you take enough damage, the fight will end early. Better option is if your team can do 100 hits, that'll end the fight, so you'll also get whatever experience from defeating any of the shadows. You only deal with shadows here. I'm pretty sure there's a time limit option too, but I forgot what it is. It's probably a minute and a half.
Oh, come on, enough already.
Somebody help us! Help!
Just in time. Wah!
Gee, do you think he maybe forgot who we are?
With this many Heartless around, something must be up.
Why do you have to do that?
Alright, Beast is acting a bit weird. Let's stop and talk with this Moogle, drop off our stuff. Not too much we can do yet. Oh, I could make a drive recovery, but I'm not going to yet. We see we have a Sardonyx ring and a Silver ring. So a Sardonyx ring increases your strength by 1 and increases your AP. The Silver ring does your AP and magic. So I'm gonna buy 2 Sardonyx rings, one for Sora, one for Goofy, and give Donald a Silver ring. Alright, quick save, and then we'll head out. Head up. New enemies right away. Oh, and they're done. Cool. Anyway, this room here is where we want to go, but we're gonna explore a bit. But if you just want to advance the story, head through there. Anyway, we'll talk about the hook bats. They typically show up in groups like this. So your crowd control techniques are good. Hitting them once helps you set up for a reaction command called Bat Cry, where Sora will take one of them and just swing them around and hit a bunch of enemies, so that can be pretty useful. And we can go out and explore the courtyard. We're really only out here to get some treasure chests and a bit of extra experience. So we've seen it a few times in this world already. When Sora attacks an enemy in the air, if you attack from the ground, sometimes he will go into the aerial sweep that we got in the previous world, where he'll just sort of leap into the air, swing the Keyblade around him. Anyway, now we can head back up the stairs and head into the room on the right to advance the story.
Thorn.
Oh, what am I going to do?
Okay.
Donald!
Hey, who opened the door?
Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Donald. Sora. Goofy.
Hiya.
Put me down. Put me down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna grab these chests, save the game, and we'll head to the dungeon. Alright, and here's a new enemy, the large bodies. They can be pretty annoying to deal with at first. They don't take damage from physical attacks from the front, but magic can overpower it. Otherwise, you can just do physical combos from the back. After hitting them with a finisher, you can do a reaction command that does a lot of damage to them, particularly with the reaction boost that we have equipped. Before advancing, we're gonna head back. We walked past a couple chests. There are quite a few in this room, so take your time, find all those before moving on. And if you want, you can destroy these statues to get drive orbs. So I'm also gonna use up all my MP to put myself in MP recharge, so it should be, I should have it all back by the time I go into the next room. Alright, so we have this little mini game. You really just have to mash triangle to move this dresser out of the way. When she wakes up, just stop pressing the button, otherwise you'll have to reset. This should take you 3 cycles each time if you're just hitting the button fast enough. Probably the hundreds of times I played, once it took me 4 for some weird reason. Alright, so a pretty crazy story happening here. Let's move on.
This must be it.
So we've got a boss fight. This is the Thresholder. He starts off by doing just these different physical attacks by just smacking you with its arms. You can definitely get rid of these enemies if you want. We'll go in more detail on them later. I'm going to use the hook bats to try to get some good damage off on it, and it helped a bit, and I got some health back. Then it goes into its true form, the Possessor. While it's like this, it really can't do that much, so you can just hit it a few times till it goes back into the Thresholder. Now it's going to start using this dark energy ball attack, where it'll sort of rain energy orbs on you. Just, you know, use the hook bats again, get some good damage. Use your drive form if you want, but this should take you about 2 cycles to finish them off. Alright, so here's a slightly better version of the fight. Making sure to get rid of the gargoyles, because they can be very annoying. And then I'm going to go into Valor once I've knocked him out. No, quick combo should finish him off.
There's nobody here.
You mean there's nobody to rescue?
Did someone say rescue?
Shh! Keep quiet. It might be them.
Oh, they look like nice boys to me.
We are nice. We're your friends.
Yeah, Belle sent us to find you.
Wow.
I'm Sora. Donald. Goofy.
Stay back. Don't. I am self-winding, sir. I am not too
I'm glad you're okay.
It is we who are overjoyed to see you.
Did somebody put a spell on you guys too?
No. Yes, that's right. You've heard. It was the Enchantress.
It seems so long ago.
It was a cold winter's night. An old beggar woman came to the castle and asked for shelter.
But the master of this castle, that is, of course, the prince... Stop that! Put me down this instant! Thank you.
So finally getting some backstory on Beast, really. So, for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, this is nice to get some more info on his character. Anyway, let's grab these two puzzle pieces now, and then we'll talk with Cogsworth to move on. So in case you didn't read the instructions, all you have to do is head up to these lanterns, make sure that Lumiere and Mrs. Potts can get to them, just destroy whatever boxes are in the way, and then hit triangle when they're all there. Really try not to get distracted and go after treasures while you're doing this, because you might have to go back and help Cogsworth recover, and it can be very annoying if you have to do that. So just get this done quickly and then backtrack and get the items. So, I'm going to go over something else that isn't directly explained during the game. Because I was in Valor form when I walked in here, and this was a room that my party members were sort of walking around outside of a battle, it forced me out of Valor form. So, whenever the game sort of forces you out of a form when you didn't actually run out, then your drive gauge will be set back to full, which is pretty nice. This also applies to when you exit to the world map. Now we saw from that boss I got a new ability, Upper Slash. If I hit square during a combo, I can knock enemies into the air. And Donald got the fire spell, so basically it works the same as yours. And do a quick check on Valor. Needs 11 more hits to level up, so I think I can get that by the end of this world. Alright, and now I'll take some time to talk about the gargoyle enemies. We've seen a couple of them. They'll either have a sword or an axe, and they do a couple different physical attacks on you. Magic is not effective against them, so you have to rely on your physical attacks. Using Upper Slash to knock them into the air can be pretty effective. Also, if you can guard one of their attacks, you should leave them defenseless for a moment for you to use the release reaction command. Anyway, let's head to the end of the hall.
It's time you dealt with Belle. She's scheming to take everything you have. This castle, your precious Rose, and then your life. Trust no one. Feed your anger. Only anger will keep you strong.
I've had enough of strength. There's only one thing I want.
What? To love and be loved in return. Who could ever love a beast? See? She has accomplices.
Hey, Prince.
dear, Master!
So here's a mini boss fight. We can use Cogsworth's reaction command to stun the beast for a moment, and then we can just use a couple attacks on him. And then we want to use the charge reaction, kind of just mash triangle, use get up. And there, we're set. I don't think I need to do this one again.
Cogsworth, what happened?
Well, Master, you see, that is, how shall I say, actually,
Well, you put everybody down there in that dungeon.
I did what?
you did?
Who was that guy you were talking to? The one in black?
Zaldin. Oh, that's his name. He came from the darkness. He used my anger to control me. He took all my sorrow, my sadness, my pain, and turned it all into rage. There was nothing I could do. I could no longer see the truth.
We'll all be. That must be why you threw all of your friends down there into the dungeon. You wanted to make sure that you didn't hurt them, right?
Was that it? Was it to protect them?
Sure. We know you're good inside.
He's right, Master. We've all seen how kind you can be. After all, Belle can see the goodness in your heart, but I'm afraid you've yet to...
Belle. Oh, I've mistreated her. I've mistreated her and been so selfish.
She didn't say anything about that.
She'd never tell anyone of my cruelty. She's too good.
You see, I'm afraid he judges himself far too harshly.
Why don't you just go talk to her?
But...
No excuses. Come on, we'll go with you.
Cool, so Beast is a party member again. I'm gonna stick with Goofy so I can use Valor form. Let's take all of Beast's items for the time being. If we want, we can give it back during a boss fight. Ferocious Shout. Beast basically just shouts and causes a good shockwave, dealing area damage. Ferocious Rush, he'll sort of just charge into an enemy. And Howling Moon is his limit attack. I'm going to take off auto limit so I can select it manually. And the rest are different support abilities. Goofy got a new ability, Defender. I don't have the AP for it, so I'm going to keep it off for now. Probably give him an AP up later, but we'll see what happens. Alright, quick journal check. So we can see we have that little Mickey symbol by treasures. We've actually gotten all the treasure chests for Beast Castle already. Alright, and there are a couple puzzle pieces we still have to get. We've seen them already, but we don't have the movement abilities to get them yet. And we'll check under our puzzle pieces. I can actually solve the Awakening puzzle now, so I'll just move all those pieces around. And we got another AP boost for solving that one. Let's look. So, several of these I have very few pieces, so there's not much I can do with them yet, but we'll come back once we've gathered the rest. So, good to know that Beast hasn't gone completely crazy, and he was semi-possessed and just partly doing things to protect his servants earlier, so that's pretty good. So when you get a new party member, it's probably a good idea to take some time, figure out what their specific offensive abilities do and how they work, so you can kind of figure out how you want to customize the character if you want to unequip or equip anything. Beast only really has 2 abilities again, but both of them are pretty good, so might as well keep both of them on. I'll be giving suggestions on what abilities to equip and take off for certain characters, but purely up to you. You can get through this game with generally any combination of abilities. And this looks like a good time to show off Beast's limit. Remember, for our limits, we want to be using both the X and the triangle button to get the most damage out of them. Then we get to this finishing move, Last Howl. Generally, the finishing attack of it is better for dealing with groups. The limit itself is pretty good for dealing with certain bosses. Alright, and the large bodies also have that attack. When their health gets low, they'll sort of just start sliding on their bellies. That does a lot of damage, so make sure you get the reaction command on it, where you can set up and do a lot of damage back. Anyway, let's go back to Belle's room.
Get out!
Light! This is it!
So from here on, if we're just going through a room that we've been to before and we don't see any new enemies or new abilities, I'm likely just going to cut forward ahead in the video a bit. Okay, and right like that, I got a new ability. This is Damage Drive. As Sora takes damage, his drive gauge will be recovered. So this is something you pretty much want to keep on for the whole game. Alright, so we gotta go save Belle. We're coming up to a boss fight.
I'm warning you. You'll be sorry.
Belle, where are you?
Please, help! I'm in the ballroom.
So we're finally gonna head into this room we've been passing a couple times, and we have a boss fight, so make sure you're healed and have your equipment how you want.
Belle!
I'm all right.
Alright, so here we have the boss, Shadow Stalker. When it's on its own like that, it can't really do anything, but it will spend the majority of the time trying to take over the various items in this room. So, use your physical attacks on it when it's free, use magic when it's far, or blizzard when it's far away, you can use fire when it's sort of close up. That attack, pretty sure it really can't go too far, so if you're in the center of the room, you can avoid that one pretty easily. For this one, like, I'm using magic a bit, but you probably want to save a good deal of it, to be honest. Anyway, just hit whatever it possesses a few times, and then that should give you the reaction to let it go, and then just sort of wail on it. And of course the boss has a second form, so this is Dark Thorn. Here's a lot more dangerous. Doing a physical combo on him should give you this reaction command to jump up and use the chandelier. So now we can see him. He'll shoot these sort of dark energy orbs from the ground at you. Now he's going to go into this sort of berserk state, where it'll be very difficult to do some damage to him. He'll just kind of attack pretty wildly. Usually using Beast Limit to just sort of invincible your way through it is probably the best solution. Sometimes he'll jump up on the chandelier and use it as a weapon. You can guard it and knock him off, which I just messed up pretty badly, but I think Goofy blocked it. And then he likes to do this throw attack on you, which you can use a reaction command. That is pretty much always my favorite way to finish him off. Alright, and here's the better version of this fight. Start off using upper slash to knock him into the air, do a combo, still got the reaction. Upper slash is going to be pretty helpful in this. Alright, and now he's going to go into his berserk state. Again, using Beast Limit for damage to sort of stagger him and just to keep myself invincible. I'm not going to use the finisher because it doesn't do a ton of damage. And I'm going to go into Valor form. I'm going to go for a square parry attack. I'm going to do a quick combo. Finish him off.
We did it!
So you think.
Zaldin!
Fareway.
What does he want here?
He must be with Organization 13. Ever heard of the Nobodies? When a strong-hearted person turns into a heartless, a nobody is created too. See, the organization, they've got control of all the nobodies.
That's right. They were gonna make you into a heartless. That way they could get that nobody of yours and have control over it.
You're all right.
Belle! Belle, I'm sorry. I wasn't myself. I hope I haven't done anything to hurt you. Forgive me.
I know you weren't yourself. You don't have to apologize. But I had hoped that you might have changed a little bit. I wish you could start trusting me.
Oh, I am afraid time is running short.
What do you mean?
Remember the rose?
From the beast's room?
Precisely. You see, if the master can learn to love and earn love in return before the last petal falls,
The spell will be broken.
Really? You think he's gonna make it?
We think so.
Yup, I think you're right.
I hope you're right.
What happened?
The gate is open!
Do you have to go?
Yeah.
Now, no more arguing, okay?
We'll see to it.
Take care, dears.
you are welcome here any time.
If you hear anything about Riku, or the King, the Heartless, the organization, anything at all, let us know. Okay, gotta go.
And we just got our favorite spell throughout the game.
Oh? Hey, wait a minute. Is the ship moving all on its own?
Yup, looks like we're headed toward Hollow Bastion.
I wonder what's up. Come on!
Well now, took your time, did you?
Oh, was it you who summoned us, Merlin?
Yes, yes. But it seems I used too much power in doing so, and those infernal Heartless. Oh.
So what's up?
Well, I happened to stumble across this in the Zero District.
Pooh's storybook!
That's right! I know you're a good friend of Winnie the Pooh, Sora. That's why I summoned you. And when I did, I was attacked by the Heartless. Of course, I fought back with some rather powerful magic, but then I began to fear the book would be damaged, so oh, now, just a moment. Leon and the others need to hear this, too. I'd better go find them. Be back in a jiffy.
I wonder how Pooh's doing.
Want to find out?
Yeah.
So this segment's gonna happen once you complete any 2 of those 3 worlds in any order. I'm just gonna take a quick check. I'm 5 hits away from Valor Form getting to level 3, so I'll use it a bit more, but first we'll do this part.
Sora!
Cover for me, okay? I wonder if Pooh's home.
So we're in the book for 100 Acre Woods. You notice we have a save point and that option there to leave the book. There's a couple different areas that we'll visit, but only one for right now. Alright, so take a quick look around, gather the items we have. Not a ton of stuff in this area, but
Okay.
Oh,
Hey, Pooh Bear, how you doing? Finding enough honey lately?
Oh, yes. In fact, I was just about to do my stoutness exercises. Would you like to join me, Sora?
Sure, I'm game. Huh? Ah!
Sora, hurry up!
Donald?
Did you bring the book, Sora?
Hey!
Give that back!
alright, small fight, a group of soldiers in shadows. I'm gonna use Valor Form, I wanna just level it up. There we go. This is another fight that you can actually end by taking too much damage, but you probably won't.
Think it's okay?
Gorge, maybe you better go back and make sure Pooh's all right.
But what about Brian?
Well, I guess we could explain.
Great!
Alright, and most of the other areas are gone. Let's go check with Pooh.
Pooh. I'm so glad you're okay, Pooh.
And I'm glad you came to visit. But you see, I was just about to begin my stoutness exercises. Perhaps we could visit a bit later. Somebody I don't know.
Oh, sure. So, how's Piglet these days?
I don't think I know anyone by that name. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, my stoutness exercises.
Pooh? Hey, Pooh? Something very weird is happening here. Maybe I better go back and ask Merlin about this.
Alright, so we finally got access to the summon command. Summons allow us to summon various creatures throughout the game. You'll lose your party members for the time being, but we'll explain each of them in depth as we get further. Anyway, let's take a quick look at what we did for Beast Castle. We got all the treasure chests, 2 puzzle pieces short. And we're gonna look at the different enemies that we fought and our party member. First we got characters. There's the Beast. You know, we fought him and he became a party member. And there we go. There's the Thresholder. The back door. The Possessor. The Shadow Stalker. And the Dark Thorn. Very cool looking design. Alright, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, share with a friend, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a comment, all the good stuff. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!